What do you...
The have to.
Are you speaking English?
The have to is what you use when you're afraid.
Okay.
Okay, you got it? Listen to me.
Okay.
Everybody is half win and half lose.
Okay.
The lose half is afraid.
Right.
The winning half is fearless.
Fearless. Right.
The have to is inside. It's where the fear lives.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Could you start over again?
Oh.
Let's play ball! Two dads and a Jazz, putting trophies on the wall. Two dads and a Jazz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Not exactly qualified, but answers the call. Two dads and a Jazz, talking Green Bay Packers football.
We gonna break it all down, probably leave out some facts. We gonna make some statements that we'll likely regret. Mostly gossip and rumors made straight off the top. So crank up your air condition, cause it's bound to get hot.
Two dads and a Jazz, you know we live it and we live it right. Two dads and a Jazz, we gonna break down football for you tonight. Besides them rings and putting trophies on the wall.
Trophies, y'all.
Two dads and a Jazz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Yeah, we talking Green Bay Packers football.
Welcome back to Two Dads and a Chaz football podcast. We're just four Packers fans trying our best to serve the team that brings us so much joy. Also, trying to make some sense of this wild and crazy year. After 7 games, I know 3 things for sure about this team. 1, we stick together, whether it's starting shit with someone you didn't have any problem with, whether it's, standing up when someone's going to hit you. We stick together because we believe. Okay. 2, we play hard. We play fast. We have willing tacklers, willing blockers, strong-handed receivers that are relentless and fearless. 3, and the most important part, we don't quit. We ain't stopping, and we never give up. Not on the game, not on the play, not on a block. I love that. We believe, and as a result, we are relentless. This is the best trait you can have as a team, in my opinion. I'm Tyson Fauché, joined by the whole pod squad once again. That's right. Everyone's back. Joined, first of all, by the one Chaz and the two dads and a Chaz. Chazzy buddy, baby boy. Hey, Chaz.
How y'all doing, y'all? Welcome to 2D and a C, the Green Bay Pack Pod with the dad bod.
All right. And then also, we want to welcome back at this time. He's pale. He's skinny. And ladies, he bruises easy, so you better punch it within where the clothes are. I want to welcome back my fellow father, good friend, Mr. Aaron Mayhew.
Oh, there he is.
T-Bone. Thank you, gentlemen. I have missed you and this pod very badly over the past 2 weeks, and couldn't be more excited to break down this game with y'all.
Honestly, we did miss you, Mayhew. We had no statistical accuracy without you, so we are glad to have you back. Mayhew is our compass in terms of numbers, and without it, we are numberless. It's rough. I also want to, of course, welcome back. Hasn't missed a show this year.
Yet.
The one guy I call Mr. Ty Window. What the hell is going on? Yeah, he says. Yeah. Did you forget his name there?
Welcome back, Mayhew. Packer fans worldwide.
Worldwide, motherfucker. All right, man. We're back. We're here. We are going to get right into the first quarter. I guess that shit starts what? Right now?
Right now.
Jazzy, why don't you go ahead and give a review of what happened when we just played the Texans at noon at Lambeau? Break it down.
I can break it down for you real quick. Hey there, folks. How y'all doing? I just want to say thanks to all of our sponsors as well, whether that be Energine, whether that be Tampax, Playtex, Raytex, Maintex. And we're just going to lay it out for you. So, guys, a lot of shit went down in this last game, but I'm just going to give you 3 solid takeaways. Okay, my friends? First, 24-22 win over the Texans in the whiteout at Lambeau Field. First thing, this defense, 3.4 yards per play. Just 55 net passing yards against Stroud's, Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell. This offense absolutely did nothing all day long. It took 16 points off turnovers for this game, even to be close. Turnovers kept the Packers from blowing out the Texans. If you're going to lose more than 90% of the time, if you're -3, with that differential. The Packers had that -3 turnover differential, and that tells you how much better they were play to play, better than them on Sunday. They were able to turn over that ball 3 times and still win this game, thanks to the foot of our new kicker, McManus. And you can't spell McManus without the word anus. And all of our anuses were so puckered up for that. Not 1, but 2 kicks. Iced him the first time, sent it right through the second time. But if you watch that place kicker, oh boy, I'm going to have some words with him. We're going to talk about that later on when we get into special teams. But McManus, we're happy you're with us. And back to you, boys.
Oh, thank you, Chazzy. Thank you, Chazzy. Wow. What a goddamn game, huh, gentlemen? Did you enjoy it? I first want to ask that. Everyone enjoy the game? Anyone feel overall stressed out more than enjoying that experience, or vice versa, enjoyed it more than stressed out? Mayhew first. Where were you at?
Oh, thank you, Tyson. Thank you. First, I want to share that Chazzy and I were actually able to get together for this particular game and watch one. Been a little bit since week 1, Chaz. We were lakeside watching this thing on a 20-inch Toshiba with Asian beetles fucking flying in our eyes. It was ridiculous.
The Asian Beatles were out.
And
yeah.
First half got over and Chaz threatened me. He's like, I'm gonna fucking leave, man. I cannot like lose a game here. But Chaz, you stuck it out, and man, we got the final result. But
they zip tied me to the chair.
Yep. But Tito, it made me think of you in particular, because we've been gushing about Matt LaFleur like these past couple of weeks, no doubt. But this game for me was Jeff Hafley. Dude, this defensive coordinator, we've been waiting for the longest time. We've settled for mediocrity. We've settled for like a lot. And man, we don't need a top 5 defense. We just needed somebody to come in and just get our boys on the same page and just like middle of the pack. But that's not even the case anymore. Leading the league in sacks, right up there with takeaways, and like, overall points, like all that stuff, right in the middle of, the entire NFL. But dude, this guy brought a game plan that I fucking loved. He is strategic. This man is a chess player. Okay. First half, I think he likes to we're only going to rush 4. We're going to kind of feel it out. Second half, it's nothing but like stunts and just kind of throwing. Dude, see, CJ Stroud, my man here, let's take a quick look, because this is like a goddamn high school football game. 10 of 21 for 86 yards. That is embarrassing in the NFL these days. And I'm excited to see the defense take the field. I'm excited about the direction we're going. I think it's only going to get better and better. Tyson, how are you feeling about the state of this defense right now?
I'm inspired, I guess, was what I would say. I'm inspired. I love the personality that Hafley has brought to this team. I love the way we're getting after the quarterback now and keeping them contained. Guys, this was supposed to be a premier matchup, and I don't think that was gamesmanship. I think that there's some honest, that's a good team. That team's loaded. They have a lot of good players that are ready to win and know how to do it. And I mean, CJ Stroud looked like a good quarterback. He was just getting fucked up by a great defense. And that was what I was excited about. Our defense bailed us out over and over and over and over. And dude, I like it. I just like it. I like where we're at. I like the young players that are evolving into starter roles. I like everything I'm seeing on defense. Really, I like the evolution that I'm seeing from Hafley throughout the game, throughout the quarters, regardless of us winning, losing, being close, things working. We're not just going to stick with that until it fails. We're still going to evolve. We're going to keep moving, baby. That's exciting. It's great to be trucking. It's great to feel like we're always a step or 3 ahead. I don't know if you guys saw at the end of the game, but he got the game ball and just the style that, man, he makes LaFleur cooler. Like LaFleur was always like a good looking guy, but it seemed like he didn't know what to do with those good looks. Like he was like still a nerd at heart. He didn't know, he had his wife dialed him up, got him, some nice outfits. But really like this dude, they seem like boys. They seem like they're down. Like just the way they like handed him the ball and the way he took it. It just is like these two are pushing each other. They are making each other better. I don't want to get ahead of myself on the coaching, but Jeff Hafley is going to be defensive coach of the year if this evolution continues at the same rate, because we were really concerned about the defense. What, 4 or 5 weeks ago? We were like, oh man, I don't know. Maybe it's not, maybe it's just going to take a while. Maybe it's not good. I don't know. Now we have the identity that we are having is one that manages momentum and takes it from the other team.
Ty, what did you think, brother?
I think we're starting to see some personnel changes due to Jeff Hafley, and those personnel choices paying off big time. The addition of Eric Wilson and Evan Williams, I think, is lights out. And all it cost us was an Eric Stokes and maybe a Carrington Valentine, who have both not played the last 2 games at all. Because for whatever reason they don't fit the scheme, or these other guys are just excelling at the new scheme so much that, what do you think it is, Tyson?
You know what? I really feel like guys, this is the first time I can remember that we have a team that has more willing tacklers than not willing tacklers.
What do you mean?
Our big names on our team, typically the ones we paid a lot, were making business decisions depending on who they were going to have to tackle. Right now, we got about one of those, and that's Jair. The rest of that defense that we put out there is willing to light you up. Like, seriously, that's the reason why Stokes is on the sideline. That's the reason why Valentine's on the sideline. Mayhew?
Look, fellas, I know I've been a little bit hard on Quay, and look, I want everybody to be successful. He goes out with a concussion. Okay, Eric Wilson comes in, and this man, either he played the game of his goddamn life, or maybe he might be the answer at Mike linebacker. Dude, 2 sacks. What do we got here? Forced fumble. No, that's not right. But the man was just making play after play. And it was like in the 3rd quarter, he basically shut down that entire 4 series in a row. So I don't know. Like, Quay, maybe he's better on the outside. Maybe the better lineup. And I'll pass this back to the group is like, dude, Edrin Cooper, kid's going to be a star. Maybe Quay is on the other side. And maybe Eric Wilson is the guy just calling the fucking plays where Quay doesn't have to think. He just has to react. Ty, what do you think about that dynamic?
I think Quay should be the 3rd inside linebacker.
Ooh,
I think it's the old 6-man theory. When you have a starter who's also your 6th man, he's playing on another level. I think if you put Quay in situationally instead of constantly, I think you get way more out of him. It's the give a little to gain a lot with Quay. Tyson.
Well, first of all, I want to wish Quay a speedy recovery, but I don't know if you guys, it happened so fast, but I watched it on the replay, dude. He got knocked.
He rolled over.
I mean, he got the arms and everything. Like, that's a bad one. I think on this team, we have they're loyal to a fault, right? That's how they develop these guys. They let them play. And I feel like they wanted Quay to play through his challenges, because let's get real, man. We support Quay on this team, but he's been struggling this year. He has not looked aggressive. He looked like he's been zigging where he should zag, and he has to make up for it with the athleticism, and it just doesn't feel like he's found himself. And I feel like by them not taking him off the field even one time, we're saying, we believe in you. We're going to let you work through this, man. Like, you're good you're going to do this. But when you have that situation in this league, there's 3 ways that you get taken off the field, and one of them is by not playing well enough, and the other one is by getting hurt. Mayhew?
2 other cats I wanted to touch on real quick is I've been riding Rashawn Gary pretty hard as of forever.
All season.
And guy got a sack. He was untouched, but he's still constant pressure the entire day. And again, scheming from Hafley, a lot of stunts, a lot of, just kind of mixing it up where I think he's flourishing a little bit more coming up the middle. And then yet again, our boy McKinley, dude, that was my favorite play on defense. Wide open, blindside sack of CJ Stroud. Didn't even fucking see him come. I almost felt bad for the guy. Just dialing up. Oh man, the defense just seems like they're it's strategic. It's fun to watch because I've just been living the Joe Barry life for so long that I forgot what good defenses look like, fellas.
I might be getting ahead of myself here, guys, but there's an energy to this defense that I'm sorry feels like Seattle. Like it feels like a threat at all moments.
Now go for it.
You could be in real trouble here playing against this defense. Like you can't go out there and just run your game plan. That's not a choice. You have to constantly be aware of what we're trying to do. They're adjusting their plan to us more than the other way around, which I think is a great sign that we're heading the right direction.
We're doing something right.
This is great. We're not just playing catch. We're not just sitting here letting them run their offense and catch them when they get to where we're standing. This is good.
Dictate to them.
Reiterate, willing tacklers, willing guys. Like we're swarming and we want to hit. It's not like we're trying our best, arm tackling. Like think about all the guys that we had in the middle of the field the last 2 years that are just going to olay a big running back or a tight end or even a wide receiver, just not willing tacklers. And I feel like right now that's the reason we've had this defensive lineup is that we have guys that are willing to hit across the board.
Would you say, Tyson, then let him eat?
Let him eat.
Let him fucking eat.
Let him eat. Do we want to hit the Slayton shoulders thing later? Because that is pretty awesome.
For injuries or
no, where the guy
and Stroud was running out of bounds.
Yeah,
and Slayton just refused to move.
Didn't get out of the way. Just fucking
and Slayton, yeah.
I didn't even see that.
We're gonna flag. Like I was just standing here, and you ran into me. It's not my fault. I think it's like my fist was out, and you ran into it.
Ran right into it.
I can't help that. That's where my fist was. Well, we got it now.
I think you just covered it right there. That was it.
Throw that somewhere on this. Anyway,
Maggie, what did you have to say about this offense?
Yeah.
Oh, Chaz, thank you. I guess for me, it was 24 of like the more difficult points I've seen this team try to put up. The offense, it was not like a smooth thing throughout the entire day, in my opinion. But 3 things I want to hit on real quick. Number 1, we spread the ball around yet again. Jay Love hit 8 different receivers, only showing yet again between him and Matt LaFleur that this offense flows through everybody. Number 2, Josh Jacobs. I fucking love him. I don't even care. This man doesn't have to eclipse 100 yards because the 12 carries for 76 that he did are just like the most hardest and creative and like keep the defense on their heels that allow us to, I think, open up this entire playbook, which I fucking love. And then number 3 is that, dude, Jay Love, I'm willing to ride and die with this motherfucker. I don't care if he throws 6 picks and 2 touchdowns, because those 2 touchdowns are the sexiest fucking things I've ever seen. Tell me that Tucker Kraft TD didn't make you all just lose your mind. And Chaz knows what I'm talking about. Because we had a 30-second delay between the outside TV and the inside TV. I kicked open the door, boys.
Outside, Tyson, because we got live time.
Yeah, man, we already know about that shit. I'm like, all right, cool. But okay, number 4, actually, real quick, Romeo Dubs. Welcome back, motherfucker. Okay. Took a brief, exodus, as you want to call it, but the man came back, 8 receptions for 94 yards. And my favorite thing about him is that he doesn't give a shit. He could catch a 60-yard touchdown. He drops the ball. He hugs his teammates. He walks back to the sideline. Cold-blooded motherfucker.
Guy's a fucking cyborg, dude. He has no emotion. He's like Data. It's fucking awesome watching this guy operate. I don't know how he's processing this whole thing, and I love the way he's
doing it like this.
I love it. It's fucking with the other team. They don't know what to do. They're like, I don't know what to say. And then you look at their wide receiver, and he's like just trying to fight our entire team.
And our coaching staff and our training staff.
Like doesn't blink the entire game. That's spectacular. That's getting in the fucking. That quarterback's concerned. The guy has hands like it's so strong. Like I've never seen a guy with stronger hands that somehow almost drops the ball almost every time. Even though he grabs it so damn tight, you can see the ball like indented.
He's only getting better. Just
real quick, I'll get in and out here, boys. Stephon Diggs, Tyson, as you just touched on. I had my favorite the guy came out with a quote, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm never going to be the bigger man. I never fucking let shit go." Like he really said this to the media after the game. I respect it. I respect it just a little bit.
When he was on the Vikings, there was like a pregame thing, and they're like, "Who would you never want your team? What teammate would you never want to date? Your sister, and like the entire team was like, oh, Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs. Like the entire team was like Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs. Like,
Stephon Diggs.
oh, he's fucking nuts. Stephon Diggs. I would never want to be related to him. Like he's unanimous. The guy you don't want your sister to date.
Yeah. My favorite thing about that offense that last game was that final drive. That was Love had learned from the previous being down and having to come back when he just heaved the ball a bunch of times. And LaFleur definitely took him aside and was like, hey, man, you had time. You had downs. Use them. This last final drive was extremely well executed. I know they had to, go for field goal in the end, but, man, he took advantage of everything the defense gave him, took 15 yards at a time, took their time. Called a run with a minute to go just because, it was like they had that defense spinning. And I just think that was kind of a question mark for me of, is Love a comeback quarterback? And he definitely answered it with that win.
Absolutely he is. I think he trusts his coach enough to know the coach is going to guide him in a direction where he can be successful. Like LaFleur, man, his commitment to the end around. This guy,
oh my God,
loves the end around. Like he is just milking this bitch like a Wisconsin cow. It's just, getting milked a lot. Anyway, it's just but really, I feel like it's a really smart strategy though, as much as I kind of hate it. He wears the team out. He beats them up, making them run from 50 yards to 50 yards to 50 yards back and forth, chasing these teams, losing 6 yards, but also like gassing them in the entire first quarter. So it's not, and then also he uses all those end arounds to set up play actions and all this stuff down. It's a really smart strategy. And I can't believe teams can't stop it. And that's the craziest part. Jazzy.
Well, we know how Ty feels about the old end around. It's not his favorite play in football, but we had end arounds. And then what's the other one? When you come around and then you pass it to the guy going the other way.
Like a reverse, like that kind of thing?
That's the one.
Yeah, the reverse is even worse.
We had the end arounds and the reverse, and neither one worked.
I also want to talk, if it's okay, about Jordan Love. The way that he's able to it's really hard to tee off on this guy. He plays quarterback in a really smart way. Like it is really hard to get a solid hit on this guy. It's really hard to know when he doesn't tuck it. He's going to throw that bitch. So I like what he's doing. It's stressful sometimes. Anyone really have a problem with the way Jordan plays quarterback on this pod squad? And if they do, speak now.
No, just tuck it means something different usually in my line of work.
We can nitpick too. I just wanted to. I know there's probably some people that are at someone's party. They're like, this guy is too crazy with the balls. He just throws it. He's not careful enough.
On a actual serious note, though, the internet's been blowing up, giving him being like the new Brett Favre as far as his successes and especially his interceptions. And I think it's absolute bullshit. We were talking about this the other day. And when you said it, I really actually went in and looked at it. I'm really happy this guy's a fucking gunslinger. That's what we hired him for. And you were 100% right. Because I started listening to other people and other podcasts over the last couple of days. And anybody that I respect, that I listen to podcast wise, which isn't very many people outside of the people I'm in this room with.
Smart. That's
right.
Smart.
You want a dog back there. I would rather have him going out there and shooting his motherfucking shot.
For me, it's disposition. For me, it's the confidence. And part of it, I think, is he's just smart and realizes that he's a quarterback with a really good defense. And that changes mindsets. That frees quarterbacks up. You're playing a little bit a lot freer when you know that you've got a defense that's always going to be there for you. Watching him this last game, always confident, never nervous, was just ready for his next opportunity to go out there and drive. I think, physically, yes, he's there, but disposition wise too, just where he is in confidence in himself, confidence in his teammates, confidence in the coaching staff. Like you said, like he's all there, and he's ready for a Super Bowl run this year.
Dude.
Fellas, for me, it's just a matter of striking a balance here because I don't need him to pull back at all. I need him to sling that pill like he has for those TDs, but I need him to not throw into triple coverage like he just closes his fucking eyes and is like, you know what I mean? There's got to be something in between. So it's where are we at? Week 8?
I'm
About to come up on?
Yep.
We got plenty of time here. We're trending in the right direction. He was out for a little bit. He's kind of getting his feet underneath him. No, I have nothing but absolute
MVP.
A little less Jesus take the wheel moment, though. I can respect that, Mayhew. Like, you don't need to throw to triple coverage every time.
And I think it's I think it's more the timing, fellas. You know, when he does do it, it's not like 4th down. Fuck, it's not even 3rd down. It's like 2nd and 5, and he's like, I gotta fucking go for it. Triple coverage, I can squeeze it in there. Don't need that. So Jordan, I know you're listening. Just dial it back a little bit, baby. You're right on track. We're gonna playoff January.
I agree. I think that I'm not worried about these interceptions so far this year. A lot of them have been enough to tipped balls. A lot of them have been on receivers falling. I'm not going to say that there hasn't been a handful of bonehead ones, but whatever, man. I mean, you're going to do that. I don't want you playing scared. I want you out there fucking playing football. God damn it.
Fucking chuck it.
Yeah.
Football,
baby.
He's playing football.
I can't talk about football without talking about Tucker motherfucking Kraft.
Oh, Kraft.
Come on, guys. Just real quick, I want to make a case that this might be the best fucking tight end we've ever had. I'm not kidding. Listen, you know why Favre was such a fucking winner here? Because he's farm tough. You know why Jordy was such a fucking winner here? He's farm tough. All right. There's a certain level of farm tough that connects with this culture and this town and this team. All right. This guy is the most farm tough tight end we've ever fucking had. We might have had bigger athletes. We might have had bigger specimens, blocking specialists, whatever. I don't know that I've in my lifetime had a tight end that's already had a top 10, 2 spots in the top 10 best tight end plays I've ever seen out of the Packers. And I've even rated them. And I'd love to go over him if you guys are interested. But I really feel like he's special, guys. He's a special fucking player. He has ripped that starting role away from the guy who was drafted in front of him and not looked back. This guy is that touchdown. My God, that was awesome. That was one of the greatest touchdowns I've ever seen. That was like a perfect, a football highlight. You know what I mean?
And we're going to break down those tight ends right now.
No, you know what I mean? Mayu.
I pointed out earlier. I don't know if I've seen a pass and catch like that in a very long time. And Jazz, you were there with me too. Like the initial, it was just like, what an incredible catch. And then they show from the backside where the defender, it literally goes through the oh my God. But I'm the numbers guy. I'm the PFF guy. Okay. Yeah, and correct. Tyson,
stay in your lane.
He was at the bottom of the barrel. Bottom of the barrel. Number 5, the bottom of the defense, Tucker Kraft, because he caught 3 passes, including a touchdown, but he averaged only 0.92 yards per route run on 36 routes.
He was out there working. He was out there doing other stuff. He can't always be catching the ball. He's got to be doing other stuff.
Look, fellas, I'm a huge fan. I'm just saying Tyson's throwing some pretty heavy weight on this motherfucker in year two.
Let's just talk about plays. Let's just talk about the best plays you can remember as a tight end. Like this guy's already had 2 of them this year. That a couple games ago where he ran at 120 million yards down the field. It was amazing. And then this game, that touchdown was incredible. I mean, those are 2 of the best tight end touchdowns I've ever seen on the team. We also got, I'm going to put some other ones up here that were very important touchdowns by tight ends, but I can't think of a better touchdowns. Seriously. And I like this personality. We got the Tom Crabtree touchdown. This is the last place for the Tampa Bay when we played against with Tampa, and he ran it really far, really fast. It's like the one good day of Tom Crabtree's life, and it was a special moment. It was a special moment. We got the Chimura game against Denver where he caught that corner one for the win.
Pagadoni.
That was a big old game.
Jumped in the hot tub. Yep.
We got the Jermichael Finley game when you were wearing the weird blue throwback jerseys, and he broke like 4 tackles, and it was like a 40-yard run, but it was a tough 40-yard run, not one that he was known for. He usually caught it and got tackled and then did a weird thing.
Yeah, I think when you said favorite tight end catches, the one that popped into my head was when Aaron Rodgers killed Jermichael Finley because he didn't like him. on that low throw on that Monday night.
You think it was intentional?
Oh, it was definitely intentional. There is no way that
Mine was
wasn't.
my very first game in '96, and it was a bomb to. I screamed bomb it to Schrader, and Favre threw it to Schrader for a touchdown, like for 40 yards. That was my favorite.
Okay, so now we're getting down to the top 5, and I really feel like you got to put one of those last 2 touchdowns that our guy did in that realm. Like, I think it's better than a lot of those other touchdowns I talked about. But we got the Richard Rodgers
Nice.
touchdown in Detroit. That was the worst game ever before that touchdown. That was one of the worst Packer games I can remember watching. I was so bored. But we ended up winning the game. It was a very big moment for Richard Rodgers in his.
You're gonna downplay that. Okay, keep going through your list. Here we go.
Then we got the Wesley Walls touchdown from Brett Favre, the dead dad game. That was a spectacular touchdown. I just thought that was one of the best touchdowns. We got Jared Cook in Dallas with Aaron Rodgers. That was a killer.
Now that was
a first down, but I still think
what else is on the list? Jesus,
it's an incredible moment.
The one against the sideline.
We got the Donald Lee first down. Where Farvey falling down in the snow, underhanding it to Donald Lee, catches it against the Seahawks and goes for that first down. That was football in a nutshell.
Oh,
That's what football's all about. That's football. A little bit of football. That's about it. I mean, we got another Max McGee, coming into the Super Bowl, hung over as a motherfucker. Never thinking he'd play a game, looking not a day under 61, catching a touchdown or 3, smelling like liquor. That was good old days. That's what it's all about. That's my number 1.
That's your number 1.
That's my number 1. Because it doesn't get much better than that. But Tucker Kraft, come on. This guy's a big deal. I'm saying
He's a big dick deal.
Stay healthy and kick ass out there, Tucker.
Destin, just to chime in real quick, as far as things of late, your boy Ben Sims comes in at number 5 for PFF.
MZ.
Top offense. This man just says was the team's highest graded run blocker, and he made 1 catch. I love how they break it down so simple. He caught a ball, and he just fucking
blocked,
man.
He's like 6'7", 6'8". He's a fucking basketball player out there. You know what I mean?
Dirty work. Doing the dirty.
Well, we got to talk about special teams.
That's why we got to do it.
Gotta talk about special teams.
Well, let's do it then. I love talking special teams.
First off, special teams needs to pick a returner, damn it.
Fucking A.
This whole switching between Reed and Nixon is just going to lead to more and more trouble. I don't care which one it is. I prefer it not be the top wide receiver for the team, but that blunder in that first quarter or second quarter when it bounced off of Ballantyne because Nixon all of a sudden decided very last second to not catch it and then not communicate with anybody. I don't even think that was on Ballantyne. I think he felt bad about it, but I think that's on Nixon. Not catching that football. Nobody wants to catch a punt. But you just have to will yourself to do it. And usually Nixon doesn't think too much, and he's good at that. But I don't know if you overthought it or what, but special teams, the turnovers were coming from special teams, and that was bothering. Also, 5 damn punts. We got a hell of a punter, but do we have to roll him out once or twice a quarter? I mean, these are still turnovers. So it's cool that he can flip field position for us, but it would be nice to leave that horse in the stable a little bit more often. but really some costly penalties, and it all boils down to the man in charge. Chaz, tell me what you think of Rich Bisaccia's job this year.
I don't know what the fuck his job is other than getting paid a ridiculous amount of money for shit I don't understand. I get that he doesn't get to pick the guys that are chosen for him. He just kind of gets dealt the cards that he has, but I don't know what the fuck his goddamn job is. I know that he's got some fucking studs working for him. He's got Boomtown. I'm calling Waylon Boomtown now because, I mean, let's be honest. Boomtown, averaging 59 yards in that last game alone and got a game ball. I know that we're having a little bit of issues with our long snapper and placeholder, which I don't need to talk about right now. But I don't know what the fuck Bisaccia's job even is. Can you explain it a little more for me, Ty?
Nobody can. There are only 17 people on Earth who understand special teams, like truly understand it. No, the thing about it is he came in so hyped. He came in so high on him. I don't know if he has delivered to the expectation. I think he's fallen short a couple seasons in a row now. He's put stuff together, but there's been a lot of chaos in special teams and a lot of indecision, and now it's starting to cost us. Mayhew?
Yeah, fellas, he's actually the highest paid special coordinator in the entire NFL. Okay, guy comes in, and look, I don't expect you to turn dog shit into fucking gold overnight. But what are you, year 4, year 5? And let's break it down a little bit here. So number 1, Keyshawn Nixon, incredible kick returner. He was on the Amari Rodgers train when he started. Okay. He had Keyshawn Nixon sitting on the sidelines. Oh, all of a sudden we kind of, found that. Daniel Whelan, perhaps the greatest goddamn punter in the entire league. Gentlemen, let's break that one down real quick. Again, you never want your punter going off for a game. That's not like a highlight, but this motherfucker totaling 284 yards on 5 punts with a long of 66. His 56.8 yard gross average was the team's best single game punting average since 1945 when fucking, I don't even know who it was, actually did it. This guy, Chess, we talked about the entire game. He was basically kicking out of like the front row of the fucking bleachers, and the guy flipped the script time after time and saved us when we really needed him. Not to mention the game-winning field goal snap. Did you guys go back and look at that one?
It's terrifying.
Long snapper might as well just like throw it in the ground and let it trip over. But Chaz, he laces out. That motherfucker grabbed that shit, laces out. And here we are sitting at 5-2. Now, Bisaccia has also brought in players that he wanted, like over and over. Like Gutekunst is like, oh, you want this guy? Like, and I'm not going to name names because they're all fucking trash. We've ever lost them or like whatever. And I get it. If you want to cook the meal, you want to buy the groceries. Well, Bisaccia, your meals are fucking shit. They're average at best. And I'm starting to wonder why we actually need you. So yeah, motherfucker's on the hot seat as far as Mayhew's concerned. Just one last thing I want to mention here too is, look, Anders Carlson felt very much like a Bisaccia-like decision. He's like, I can bring this guy in. I can make this happen. We all know who that ended. Brings in 2 more kickers and like, look, I'm a Narv Dog guy. Again, I'm going to lose my fucking house on this guy's business. But it just seems like, man, are you a good coach or are you just like a spot filler? Because it feels like everything that's gone well on special teams has fallen in his lap, and everything that he should be in charge of has fallen way short.
And he's a yeller. He doesn't fit in. Like, you look at Matt. Matt's a cool cucumber. Our defensive coach, he respects the guys. He gets in there. He's talking to him. He's not. This guy fits more of a Pettin model, like an old school scream at you. And like everyone that he's done that to has not worked out. So I wonder about his motivation tactics. I don't know. We'll see. I know this. We need to take a break, guys. We've been talking for a while, and you guys have got to be tired. We have some sponsors that really need to get their ads in. Again, we want to thank you for watching Two Dads and a Chaz, liking, subscribing, sending us checks, all of it. We really appreciate it. We'll be back right after this short break.
Yeah, we talking Green Bay Packers football.
I've just discovered something great. It's Rely, a new tampon from Procter & Gamble. It's different. It's better. Rely is a major improvement on tampons. So, it's a major improvement on feminine protection. But don't take my word for it. Find out for yourself what makes it better. Read the ads in your favorite magazine this month. They'll tell you all about Rely. It's really a better tampon. Remember, get Rely. It's the only way to go.
Yeah. We talking Green Bay Packers football.
Hey, y'all, welcome back to Two Dads and a Chaz podcast. We are happy to have back one of my favorite people in the entire world, Caitlin Fauché, here to do one of my favorite segments, which is Cato's Kicker Corner. Cato, take it away. What happened with the kicker last week?
Man.
What happens with the kicker this next week? I want to hear all about it. Both sides.
My job is so important this week. It's like really like Cato's Kicker Corner is like a really necessary component this week. And it's not just like a fun appetizer.
Stop tickling. Let's go.
Okay. Narv dog. You can bark now. That's the thing you do. Okay, he's gone. Bye-bye. See you later.
We put him down.
We did. Oh boy. Brandon McManus is in. We want to like this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, he's our kicker. He's our guy.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just remember that you'll talk about it, but he celebrated his first Lambeau leap. What a great thing. Game winning, storybook ending for him. He's 33. He has a Super Bowl ring. His stats sit somewhere between 89 and 98%, like every year he's been in the NFL. So like, dude can kick a ball.
He kicks.
He's a Philadelphia boy.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
He's a Philly boy. I've been watching a lot of Fresh Prince, so I mean that gives him cred, I think. He also, in his last season with the Jaguars, he was 30 of 37.
Wait, he played for the Jaguars?
Okay, so just follow this one. Follow
Okay,
this story. Okay.
Yeah.
Won a Super Bowl ring with the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
Then after the Broncos, he went to the Jaguars. He was 30 of 37 points. Amazing. And made all 35 extra points.
Hey.
So like great kicker. So okay. So and you guys, I'm not making this up this week. This is not a wild accusation. I'm going with actual facts. You ready? Buckle up, kiddos.
I don't know if we are.
Well, I'm going to loop back to that. We do love him. We're going to embrace him. Everybody deserves a second chance.
Just hit me with it.
Okay. So doing great with the Jaguars. Gets on a plane to London. Remember, the Jaguars go to London to play the sports. Well, okay. So he wasn't flying with the Jaguars at the time. No, he was. Take it back. He was flying with the Jaguars at the time in a chartered plane. 2 flight attendants accused him of sexual assault.
2 on the same flight?
2 on the same flight. So that happened. And then he got released by the Jaguars. And he got signed in the offseason with the Washington Commies. After 2 weeks, Washington released him because the trial and the lawsuit went public. Yep, and he was formally charged. But you guys, it's fine because the NFL closed their investigation into possible violations of personnel conduct just last month. It's fine.
Okay.
And it's okay because it was resolved. What
does that mean?
So that doesn't. What that means is that they're not going to tell you whether it's settled or whether it was dismissed. But Gutekunst says that it's fine. Gutekunst says, listen, I talked to him, and it said, well, we cleared it all up with the league.
Again, you're using these finger quotes a lot.
Because these are quotes.
Oh, my God.
Yep. And they feel like that they did a thorough investigation.
From Wednesday to Sunday?
Well, no. This was last year.
Okay.
But they feel like the NFL did a thorough investigation, even though the NFL never interviewed the women that filed the claim. So the women,
But he kicks good. But he
Wait,
kicks good.
But he kicks
kicks
really good.
Okay, wait. Let's circle back. Real quick. He's a great kicker.
Yeah.
He's got a really solid jawline.
Yeah.
Really, really nice,
Good
nice beard.
Really good beard.
Really stylish
Mhm.
dude.
He'll fit right
Hits
in.
game winners. We know
Yeah.
he hits game winners.
And everybody likes an underdog or an overdog or a, I don't know,
Or a bad dog.
or a bad dog. But here's the thing. This is the wild accusation that's not a wild accusation that really is exactly like it's the stuff that gets me so excited. The lawyer who represents the flight attendants.
Don't say it.
I'm not making this up, you
Don't
guys.
say it.
The lawyer that represents the flight attendants
Uh-huh.
that filed the possible sexual assault
say
against
it.
our kicker is Tony Busby.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Are you in the Diddy talk? Because if you are, you know that the 117 million women and men
Yeah.
and children who have filed sexual assault charges against P. Diddy, that's their lawyer too.
Guy gets results.
Yeah.
Results. Watch out, Diddy.
So, okay.
So our kicker is basically the P. Diddy of kickers. What we got here?
Listen,
He
Ty.
kicks
Ty,
really good.
Ty. No. It was resolved.
Oh, right,
There were a bunch of
resolved.
women that said they were sexually assaulted on the plane, but it was resolved. You guys, such
Okay.
a nice jawline.
Yeah.
And he
it
was
really
Oh,
kicks
he's
good.
good looking.
Really kicks
So
good.
ending.
He wears Gucci really
This
well.
is his chance. He said it's been a really hard few months, but he's really excited to be a Packer.
I was wondering what Jim Nantz was talking about when he said, "Here's a guy who's just getting his life together." I'm thinking, ouch. That's a
It's
Nance burn.
fine. It's fine. Here's some other good news. We're playing the Jaguars. The
Mhm.
last time this guy was with the Jaguars, it was on the chartered plane
Ooh.
because he left the Jaguars shortly thereafter.
Ooh.
So that's cool. They have a new kicker.
Mhm.
His name is Cam Little,
Really?
and he's the youngest, smallest member of the Jaguars.
Oh, what a little baby.
Cam Whittle.
Aw.
Cam Whittle
Whittle.
turned 20.
Years old?
He's not even 21.
Oh, that's
Isn't that cute? And in his interviews, he's actually probably a pretty good kicker. He beat out like a veteran, I think Riley Patterson. And in all the interviews with this Will guy, he says things like, oh, I just think it's really neat that he was helping out a rookie. And I just think it's so cool how nice everyone is to me.
that is so sweet. That is so sweet.
So like what a juxtaposition in kickers. Like we have he's 33, he's from Philly, he may or may not have raped some flight attendants. Cam Whittle, who just wants to pray for a successful new career in the NFL.
It feels like those are the two gears of kicker in the world. It's either like rapists or Mormons.
Listen,
Is that you, God?
But I just want to
It's me, Tyson.
I just want to circle back. He's got a really strong jawline. He's
Really strong.
great kicker. I mean, we're talking McManus is 93%.
He's almost, if
That's
not more
great.
handsome than LaFleur. Almost. He's teetering
I
right on
think-
the edge.
So I loved our former kicker because we called him the Silver Fox.
Mm.
That's what I yelled every time he kicked a ball. I said, "You beautiful son of a bitch." And he would kick it and he would make it most of the time. I think this is another solid, handsome follow-up.
Mm.
I think we need to support him from a distance, especially.
Yeah.
Considering the restraining orders. Yeah.
Listen. I think he will be fine as long as he stays away from any woman. But he's got a wife and 3 kids, and they're really cute on
Oh, no.
Instagram.
That's way worse.
So That was Cato's Kicker Corner, and none of that was made up.
Guys,
They
Cato's
didn't
Kicker
make
Corner.
up that.
Give it to her. Give it to her. Cato,
Little kicks.
thank you for joining us on 2D and a C yet again. We can't wait to have you back.
Yeah.
I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah.
Make sure you keep drinking the collagen.
I will. And let's just really hope that McManus just continues a hero arc.
To the hero arc. Oh, sorry.
Just may he live off DoorDash.
The
May he
hero arc.
live off DoorDash and never leave his house.
Yes.
He can go to, you know what I mean? Like, that's what we got to do. We just keep
I'm gonna
him.
go ahead and say, let's make sure he doesn't fly with the team.
Yeah.
He drives. Yeah, he drives.
Or fly at all. Yeah. Or fly
He
anywhere.
botches that shit.
I think that's fine.
Get him trained.
Anyway, thank you so much
Cato.
for helping me. And here's to hopefully some more kicker controversy.
Hey.
With our new kicker, McManus, if you look across the surface, this guy has an 81% field goal throughout his entire career, okay? Which is actually identical to Anders Carlson, who, by the way, got picked up by San Francisco and managed to kick a fucking extra point off of the upright, shocker, just a couple days ago. But if you dig a little bit deeper, as Cato said, Super Bowl winner, 90% extra point kicker, 91% field goal kicker from 49 yards out and in.
Wow.
Meaning, if you're within that, dude, this guy is money. You get outside of 50, though, and you have no fucking idea what this guy's going to do. But who the fuck cares? That's all we needed. We just want somebody dialed in from that range going forward. So, Gutekunst, once again, when you find a guy that's got an 81%, and he's also being fucking sued for, you pull the trigger. You pull the trigger.
Yeah, just, at that point, just let him keep grabbing him by the pussy.
And this is coming from a guy that invested in Narvison's hot dog stand. It's not going well, gentlemen. Right out of the gate, it's been pretty bad. A lot of bad feedback.
Yeah. We talking Green Bay Packers football.
Welcome back to Two Dads and a Chaz Football Podcast. We appreciate everybody liking, subscribing, and being a part of the pod community. We have some great fans, and Chaz is going to introduce one of them right now.
Why, thank you, Tyson. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time this season, we have a very special guest on with us. It is Shane from Shawno.
Shane from Shawno, everybody.
My friend, it's so good to see you.
Well, how's it fucking going, you stupid fucking fuckers?
I got a bunch of questions personally just to ask because it's been so long, I feel like, since I've seen you. Right off the bat, my friend, where are you currently residing and under what bridge or near what estuary? How have you been? Are the muskies biting and where and with what lure? And have you patched things up with the girl?
Holy fucking shit, Chaz. That is a lot of questions rapidly asking me at once. It is absolutely fantastic to fucking be back. I am so excited to be on the pod. It has been difficult this season to get a hold of you fellers. I don't know why. Normally it's like, no one's responding back. This time around, it's like, do I even exist anymore? Is this even something that you guys enjoy? What the fuck is going on?
Yes, we care deeply for our fans, and Shane being our number one fan, I just want to let you know that you're getting the most attention of anybody. So we're doing our best.
What do you think of those Packers this year, Shane?
Guy, I am absolutely elated by the job that the Packers have done. They have exasperated their opponents week after week. And I am just in love with all the production on the field. And I really am enjoying the defense and how it is shaping up. But I will have to say this, and I want to take some deep dives into football, but Chaz, what the fuck, bud?
I'm sorry I didn't let you know I was moving back. I meant to tell you, but I'm home now. We're closer.
I'm upset. I knew my spider senses were tingling, and I knew that you had moved in close proximity to me just based on how my emotions feel and the chakras that I have connected at some deep maneuvers that I learned while I was licking Toad last year. I got in touch with myself. I knew you were close to me. I could just feel it, like probably as you were driving the U-Haul truck up north, I could feel that like sensations were happening all over my body, and I knew that you were coming.
Mm-hmm.
But I've read some dirty rumors on Twitter and X, if you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. And I'm upset about maybe your living conditions because I've read some rumors.
Well, let's
I know
let's
that
tell 'em.
we might not be able to talk on air in full discretion like I would like to, but is it true that you are currently sleeping in a dog kennel at night?
Not in a dog kennel. There is a dog kennel in the room. My sweet girl Gemma is living with us. And I'm again, I want to apologize for not letting you know I was coming. I also couldn't, given the current restraining order that we do have. You still have to stay outside of at least 500 yards of me. But
I've been respecting that. I have been respecting that.
I know you have, and I think
if you're not able to answer the questions, you can just blink. Are you currently in danger? Is your abuser in the room?
He's fine.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
Hey, let's move on.
Yeah,
Tight
great.
ends. I read a rumor that Chaz at night has to drink out of one of them little vertical water things that like a gerbil or a hamster would drink out of.
It's just easier.
I have sensitive teeth.
Hey, T-Bone.
Hey, what's going on there, Shane? Glad to have you
bud,
back.
can you do me a big favor?
Can
you take like 2 steps to the left? You are blocking Chaz. Thank you.
You got it.
Excellent.
There we go.
Okay, back to our conversation.
Yep.
I think that the owner of the house needs to head down to Slumberland and get you some sort of a race car bed to sleep in so you can ditch that kennel and move up in the world. You deserve to be sleeping in a fucking Ferrari, bud. And by the end of the week on social media, I hope I'm seeing posts of you sleeping in a Testarossa, motherfucker.
I was more of a Countach guy, but I see what you're saying.
Hey, whatever, as long as it's got enough ponies under the hood. I'm more of a Hellcat guy, but it don't matter to me.
Shane, can I ask you, how have you been feeling about this Packers play so far this year?
I'm pretty loaded by the game time. They've been noon, so I've been starting early. And I really have been enjoying the recap on YouTube so I can actually see what the fuck happened. Because I'm usually just talking loud to the person next to me, like, you know.
Well, one of the big questions I wanted to know, besides the Muskies and if they're biting, is did you actually patch things up with your gal? Did it end up working out in the end?
Guys, who is my gal? Okay. Is there just one? Is that what the box you're painting me in right now?
Yeah, Lana.
I'm not gonna name names. But I had a long car ride with Lana by accident.
Okay.
And she was driving, so don't get any thinking all this dirty thoughts, okay? But we really had a heart-to-heart. And I ain't even gonna tell you why.
Okay.
But I know there's a chance that we're getting back together. We don't know. I ain't fixing it.
All right. I mean, so happy, almost maybe nuptials one day. We'll see. I mean, I just more so was curious about your state of mind, how your heart's feeling, how your head's feeling. I know I'm just happy to be back even in the state with you, even though we can't be, in direct eye line of each other. But I think we'll be able to change some of that coming up because I would actually love to go up and see a Packer game with you at some point. Are you still banned from the stadium?
No, we figured all those things out, and as long as I just enter through the AmFam gate and find my buddy, I can get right through and everything's fine.
Nice. Good. And you've traded out the bottle of booze for the football this year. Any particular reason why?
Well, first and foremost, I ain't no fucking quitter, okay? No. It's a football show, for God's sakes. I'm just playing into the whole football thing, I got a pint sitting over here. Just can't reach her. Right there.
Shane, is there anything you want to say to the fans that have been asking for your immediate request and to Packers Nation worldwide?
Please send Chaz money right away. And he will take it in cash, COD, credit card,
Bitcoin,
PayPal, Venmo, fucking Glomo, Jackmo, and all the other types of crypto.
Dogecoin, yeah.
Dogecoin, whatever you want, bud. He'll blockchain it. Just fucking send it.
Well, my friend, it is always a pleasure to have you on this show. Gentlemen, any questions for Shane?
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
An unseasonably warm October. Now, the rule is long johns, October to May. But it's been 70 degrees. Shane, what are you doing? Warm socks, long johns. Are you breaking the rules? Or are you living and dying by the code?
I threw the code out a long time ago out the window. I've been enjoying they're basically like overall shorts. They're quite European. And on the job site, I get a lot of looks. But when I'm swinging the hammer, it don't matter as long as the nails keep flowing.
That's good. Shane, what do you think is going to happen this next game? We're about to get into breaking down our next opponent being the Jaguars. What are your thoughts on the Jaguars, and do you think we're going to win this game?
That is a fantastic question, T-Bone. Thank you for asking. I am extremely worried that this next game is a trap. Doug Peterson is no joke. He's a little bit too inside of the box. Doug Peterson's told Deanna Favre more lies than, that guy should be a fucking poker champion by now. He's lied so many times. Poor Deanna. But either way.
Where did you say what? Yeah, that was us. Me and him. Best friend. Everybody knows it.
This is a game we got to look out for. The W's and the L's in each team's column don't matter. And I would just get ready for a sad Monday, fellers, because I don't know if we're coming out with this one. I'm sorry.
Wow, Shane. Well, you gave us a lot to think about and a lot to talk about going forward. Anyone else have any questions for Shane? Well, listen, Shane, I want to really thank you so much for sticking with us and sending that 6 to 7 emails a day, because it's that
kind of dedication.
It's that dedication. It's that, relentlessness that we were just talking about of the team. That really gets you everywhere sometimes in life. So we're honored and enjoy your presence every time it's here. So
thank you guys. I'll say this. It's getting to be that time of year where we're starting to think about going bow hunting, but before we go do that, we're going to have to get out, take kids out trick-or-treating, and I'm having a hard time figuring out what kind of costume to wear this season. I've been trying out different kinds of things in the football theme, and Yeah, I've been trying to put together a Chicago Bears costume, but I can't seem to fit my head up my ass. So it's going to be a hard time. I might have to switch it over to something a little different. Maybe the Green Bay cheerleader wearing the full sweatsuit. I don't know.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shane from Shawno. Back right after these messages.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talking Green Bay Packers football.
And welcome back to Two Dads and a Chaz. We're going into the fourth quarter. We haven't really been keeping track, but we're already there. We're going in the fourth quarter, breaking down the Jaguars, and that starts right now. Chazaroo,
Yes,
will you give me a quick overview of what's going to happen against the Jaguars?
Coming in the year. It's a final at Wembley. The Jacksonville Jaguars come back from a 10-point deficit to beat the New England Patriots 32-16. Jacksonville stayed in London, playing back-to-back games. Lost to the Bears. Won against the Patriots. Big day for Bigsby. 23 fantasy points, which doesn't matter. 118 yards on the ground, 2 scores. And for Drake May, second game as a starter, 276 with 2 touchdowns. Win or loss, doesn't matter. Patriots. Ugh. So, just the tone they set in the trenches, on the scrimmage, both sides of the football field. When you looked at these 4 quarters, talking about Bigsby, a career-like day. They had 171 yards rushing. That's winning football. They did not put a lot of pressure on Trevor Lawrence. And at this point in his career, this is where he needs to be schematically with his offense able to bring some sort of balance in all 4 quarters. Where he can be at his best, I think we saw a little bit of his stars show up. Back to you, gentlemen. Back to you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Chaz. Mayhew, I want to get into this Jaguars scouting. You take a look at this offense at all? Because I feel like, this team is nothing but first-round picks across the board. This is one of the worst teams in the league, consistently picking first in the draft. They got to be getting good at something. Mayhew, give me a little bit of breakdown of this offense.
Look, T-Bone, I don't take any team for granted these days, right? But the fact that this Jacksonville Jaguars team has played in overseas the past 2 weeks in a row shows you how much the NFL doesn't give a shit about them. Okay, this is a trash team. It's going to be the London Jaguars come next year. Let's get that straight. But like you said, Trevor Lawrence. Let's start with the QB. Okay, first overall pick 3-4 years ago. Man got paid. Okay, lackluster. Okay, he was supposed to be the second coming of the Messiah, and it just has not panned out. Head coach Doug Peterson. Is he still there? I don't know. He's probably going to get fired next week after we fucking buried this team. But a few names that we should be aware of here, okay? Chaz, you touched on it. Tank Bigsby. He went off for 26 attempts, 180 yards, 2 TDs last week. That's great. That's fine. On the receiving core, Brian Thomas is a rookie. He throws up some points. Evan Ingram at tight end. That's a name we're all familiar with. They got some playmakers, right? But this team has not been able to put it together whatsoever. But the one thing I want to warn the entire fan base here is, for some goddamn reason, I can tell you why. When Green Bay travels to Florida, we struggle. Okay, it's the humidity, it's the temperature. I don't really know, but it's never like a clean game. So, trap game, perhaps. I don't think so. I think we just need to come out, do our thing, and kind of roll these motherfuckers. Ty, you got thoughts?
Yeah, no, they're a 2-5 team. It is the nice part of the season when you can look at a body of work too. And they've only beaten New England, who's bad this year, and the Colts, who I guess everybody's beating. But they've lost to absolutely everybody else they've played. Some by rather big scores. They got housed by Buffalo, and I don't even think Buffalo's that good this year. So the record isn't there. Peterson, I don't know. It must have just, his success in Philadelphia must just been the amount of talent that he had. Because you take away the talent and he's not having any success. No, I'm not afraid of this team. I think we're gonna go at them go at him hard, and I hope we punish him. Tyson.
Yeah, guys, I'm underwhelmed by these players because we have followed the draft. I follow the draft every year, and it seems like this team is getting guys that I'm just salivating over. Them. I'm like, oh my god, that if we could get him on the Packers, that would change it. Well, I mean, we're never in the draft spot to do that, but man, that guy should change your team. Like their team is nothing but those guys. It feels like when you go through, these are all first round picks across the board. It feels like. So as much as it's they're underwhelming, there are moments. There are little moments that these guys are great at moments. Like they've had a lot of success, but this is just a bunch of like private school assholes, that are not accustomed to failure, and they don't know how to fucking get back on track, it seems. But I will tell you what, Trevor Lawrence will throw 3 balls a game that make you say, wow, like that guy does have a special arm. He does have a special talent. It's just in between, there's just no chemistry. And there's no timing, and there's no flow to their offense. Watching that tape was brutal. Oh my God. Doing this podcast, guys, it's a lot of fun, but then we got to do like scouting on the other team, and watching a New England against the Jaguars game in London. That is a tough tape, requirement. So we did it. The main thing you need to know is that Josiah Zaguire is on this team, okay? And Josiah Zaguire is about ready to pop off his NFL career any day now. So that's all I got to say about the offense is Josiah Zaguire. Watch out. All right. No, he's coming. No, he take that.
I was hoping they would think we were frozen. We were doing such a good job at not moving.
Brian, that Brian Thomas Jr. fella, he can fucking play. That's the other thing. That rookie, he's no joke. That guy is good. He's real good. It just seems like this whole team is loaded full of guys that can play. They just aren't good at it together. And I don't know if their coach is good at getting guys to do things together. I don't know. But I also agree. With some things that Shane said, that this has to have trap game written all over.
Trap game vibe, huh?
Before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit about defense, though. If you guys are okay, I'll just run through this real quick. A lot of names you don't know here. Okay.
Hit it.
We got Josh Hines and Trevon Walker as defensive end. They have Eric Armstead, which you're familiar with. He played for the 49ers. Was good roughly 6 years ago. He is now 10 years in the league, and slowing down is an understatement. Miles Cole's also on this team, is another guy that I wanted to draft, but I don't notice exists. But I thought he was going to be good. Devon Hamilton is their defensive tackle, and he's pretty good. Their nose tackle gets after it. Outside linebacker is really the star of this team, which is Devon Lloyd. He seems like he's in on nearly every play. He's definitely heavily involved, but runs out of gas by the third quarter. And then Yasir Abdullah, middle linebacker, as well as Ventrell Miller. Those are some names that don't seem real on this team, but these middle linebackers are actually quite good and playmakers. But that's the end of it. After that, it's a whole bunch of shit. That secondary, we should be able to they can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass. They really can't stop anything on that defense. They just don't have all the components. They just don't. The cornerbacks are not great. We got Ronald Darby, I guess is the name you'd know. Tyson Campbell, great first name. Other than that, there's really not.
Also Darnell Savage is going to be
Darnell
undersized
Savage.
in the secondary, running around, hoping that the tackle doesn't come his way. He's one of those former Packers that didn't want the play to come to him. Exactly the guys Tyson was talking about earlier.
Willing tacklers, this is not that. I watched this tape. These guys were looking for ways that they could do like a half a tackle and be like, you got my I got your back. Oh, I thought you had I
thought he was going out of bounds.
My ankle hurts though. It's just like these guys are not the football players that are they're gonna be the nail every time. And they know that. They're aware of that. So they're trying to strategize how to best not get hurt, which is not the way to win in the game of football. So
especially when Josh Jacobs is running downhill at you for
we'll
4 straight
talk a little bit about
quarters.
the coaching here too, Ty. What do we got for coach? You talked about we can't help but shit on this guy, but what do you got? What do you know about the coach?
I don't know. When he was with Philadelphia, I thought he was a genius. I thought he picked up just all the right things, and he had motivated a team, and it kind of seemed like he could do no wrong. And then he took that do no wrong attitude to Jacksonville. He was also promised some things that I don't think he's received. They were going to make plays or make moves to get big players. But you have to overcome that as a coach. You still have to motivate your guys. You still have to train them up. And I just don't think Peterson's doing it. I think he's living on a legacy, and he cashed in on being a Super Bowl coach. And I think he thought that would just be good enough where everybody'd listen to him and do what he says. And I'm not seeing the creativity from him that I'm accustomed to with him. He kind of used to be a wild card. He's lost his courage. And it's clear that he's going to be en route to coaching a different team next year, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that he's really lost his identity. He used to be an RPO guy. He was one of the first real RPO run pass option,
Gotcha,
which what we did when you guys remember we played with Malik Willis. That was more of an offense that we ran that was really heavy on RPOs. It got his starting quarterback killed and ruined his career, and then got his backup quarterback and then they got Nick Foles, his backup quarterback, who's not supposed to be mobile at all, and somehow convinced everybody that he might run the ball. You better stay put, and won a Super Bowl doing that. I don't know how anyone didn't think to just hit Nick Foles, but they didn't. And it worked. And I think that he's trying to do a bigger thing with the Trevor Lawrence tapestry that he has to work with, but I just don't see it working, man. I do see this as a major trap game just because had nothing to do with them, nothing to do with that team, more their momentum, their players, all that stuff aside. We just scouted them, throw it out the goddamn window. Only one that can beat the Green Bay Packers next week is the Green Bay Packers. We tried to do it last week, and we were successful against ourselves who were trying to beat us. We beat ourselves trying to beat us. We did it. But this team, you want to talk about looking forward. We have 2 very crucial division games right after this, followed by a matchup against the 49ers. Now, if you think we're not looking forward to these next 3 games after this Jaguars game, you're crazy. We're watching all these other teams. I can't wait to play the Lions. I love what I'm seeing out of them, and I can't wait to fuck them up. I'll be honest. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to play the Bears. I can't wait to see if they're actually anything worth worrying about. I can't wait to see that. And the 49ers, that's personal. You know what I mean? That's always a big game. You look at how we just played against the Texans. It's like we hated them. It's like we've been like they're old high school bullies that we're finally like, you know what? No, it's our fucking time. Like I don't even know we knew these guys. Yeah. Okay, I guess we hate these guys. I just want to bring that same energy to these little fucking whiny quitters in Jacksonville, because if they're sitting there and they don't want to tackle, dude, let's just block them into dust. I want to see us blow this game out, because if we don't and we beat ourselves into a position that allows this team to stay in it, like they do have athletes, man. They are due. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. You know what I mean? This team should be able to get it together for a quarter and a half of successful football. And that if we play down to the point that that's enough for us to lose, that's not good. Not good. So focus up, motherfuckers. This is a big game. But it sounds like a stupid Jaguars. Why are we even trying? This is a test of your team's focus and your team's drive and the longevity of your greatness and management of momentum, which has really been the theme of our whole year of podcasts. So that's my ending pep talk here. Wraps up the 4th quarter. We're going to take a short break. And when we get back, we're going to do some score predictions and close this baby out. Thanks again, and we'll see you in a sec.
Yeah, we talking Green Bay Packers football.
Welcome back to Two Dads and a Chaz. We're going to get into some players to watch going up against the Jaguars here. First off, I'm going to pass it over to the man that was missing the last couple of weeks, Aaron Mayhew. Who's a player that you need to watch in this matchup against the Jaguars?
I'll go both ways here. Assuming that Quay is not able to be on the field, I'm wondering if Eric Wilson can replicate what he did last week in any capacity. Like, do we have a linebacker situation where is he the one that needs to be on the field here? And like the whole group gets broken up? I'm curious. I'm very curious. And then I'm looking on offense for Jaden Reed to have a bounce back game. We didn't touch on this earlier, fellas, but as down of a game as you can have as Jaden Reed did this last, you know what I mean? Just not the same thing. This guy's trying to basically catch punts inside the 5-yard line and put us on the 4, dropped like that other big pass, a couple of things. Look, I love Jaden. Just looking for a bounce back game. That's all.
I like it. I like it a lot, Mayhew. And another person we didn't mention here on this game, on this whole podcast, I don't know how, it's Cooper, the middle linebacker, who I feel like is a difference maker along the same lines as Williams. Like, I feel like we have a couple rookies that are kind of resetting the tone of this team, and I'd like to see us get them on the field as much as possible. As much as I hate to see Quay get hurt, it's an opportunity for this team to grow. So I'm with you. Ty, who's a player to watch for you?
You know, I have not been fair to this guy always, but I think that this situation lines up for Christian Watson to have a 100+ yards receiving, a touchdown. I think Matt LaFleur is comfortable enough where, I mean, you called it when it was time to give the ball to Dobbs. He drew up schemes for Dobbs. I think the same can be said of Watson, who's just been working hard, blocking, doing the right things, motivating his teammates. I think LaFleur sees an opportunity to dial Watson into some big gains, big chunk yards. Watch for Watson to have a big one this week.
We need that tape. We need that tape for everyone to see that. We need those deep strikes. We need them to be afraid of him. That's a big, that opens up the entire, if we get him doubled, look out. You know, we have too many good guys. You can't leave single. I love that. That's a good call. I like that. Anyone you're looking to watch on the Jaguars time?
Jaguars?
Yeah.
No. I'm on watch. I mean, other than Trevor Lawrence, he's
okay. Yeah, I'm barely gonna even notice they're there. It's fine. For me, players to watch. I mean, I really gassed him up this episode, but Tucker Kraft, man, I feel like has a real opportunity against this defense. They don't have the personnel to match up against his skill set. He could totally take over the middle of the field for them, leave them in a position where it's Darnell Savage on Tucker Kraft. And I can't tell you anyone I want to see get stiff-armed harder than Darnell Savage by Tucker Kraft. That feels like a good day. So like that would be good. I'd like to see us use him in the run blocking game, but I feel like we can do a good balanced pass run option in this game and show that we can kick their ass on all sides. I expect us to have over 100 yards rushing. I expect us to have, one receiver with over 100 yards receiving. I just expect this to be a pretty good offensive opportunity for us. I want to see if there's anything left in your glass, mate, or Chaz. You got anyone you want to?
You guys covered Gary and Kraft, but the big one I also want to see is I just want to put the energy out there in the universe. Let's keep going, Boomtown. You've been really kind of saving our asses. If we do find ourselves getting into a pinch where we're 3 and out, at least let's watch Boomtown give us 60 yards to at least give us another chance.
I got two quick stats here, or actually just one. So CJ Stroud dropped back only 29 games in this last, on Sunday. On 15, he was pressured, 51.7%. He completed only 3 passes for 14 yards and took 4 sacks while under pressure. This guy couldn't breathe the entire goddamn day. And that just kind of outlines it. But I want to drop one thing real quick here. I'm going to call this like a look around the league segment, right? Did you guys happen to catch the Cleveland versus Cincinnati game by chance? Nobody? Yeah, because who the fuck would?
Who would watch that?
Deshaun Watson
Oh,
got
right.
injured
Yeah.
on the field in Cleveland, by the way, where he does play quarterback and is guaranteed like $275 million, whatever. As he was being carted off, the crowd started
Oh my
chanting, "You deserve it."
Yeah.
Jazz, maybe pull up that video for like the rest of the world. That is
Yeah, it was
cold-blooded.
incredible. You could see his heartbreak. Like you could watch it live on television as he's like, "Oh my God, everybody hates me," and they do.
Mhm.
And they
all
do.
They all do.
And they-
hate him.
Oh,
Much
man.
different fan base.
Different fan
I have
base.
family that
So
lives in Cleveland, guys, and they are furious. I mean, they just feel betrayed by their ownership group over and over and over and over. They just can't get out of their own way. They do 2 things right and then 3 things wrong. And yeah.
Oh,
So
Tyson, I drove through there this last week, and it's like you drive through Cleveland, and you just realize you're like, you made poor choices in life, and you're here. It's fine, but like at least you have football. But no, you don't even have that. It's that
No, you
bad.
don't.
You know.
No, they have Ohio State.
See the emotion outpouring from Deshaun Watson. Unbelievable.
Like, what?
Brutal.
Yeah,
It's one of
man.
my it's one of my strengths to end things on a high note. That's what I
Yeah,
do.
thanks for
You're welcome.
Jameis Winston went full preacher mode after this. He had took this as an opportunity to get his public speaking career off the ground because everyone's like, "What do you think?" Asked no one, and Jameis Winston's like, "I'm glad you asked because I got an inspirational speech." This guy's a real dipshit. That's all I know.
Gentlemen, we've been bringing this back lately. I want to keep it going. Score predictions. Mayhew, what are you thinking, man?
Again, I just think the weather down there, for whatever reason, we're not built for it. It's going to be low scoring, but we're going to come away with a W here. I'm thinking 20, 24,
Okay.
14.
Okay. Mr. Ty Window, what are you thinking? Score prediction.
I don't think they're on the same level as us. We outclassed them for 4 straight quarters. It's 31-17.
Oh, man, that's so close to what I had. I was literally going to I had 31-10.
Yeah, fella, that's the game I want. Tyson, where you at?
I got 38-19. I think that it is going to be a game until about the third quarter, and then it's going to bust open. They just don't have the relentlessness we have. They don't have the belief in themselves. They don't have what we have. They don't have a good franchise. They aren't used to winning. They don't believe they're going to win. I mean, so much has to go wrong for us, for them to find success, that I really believe that after that win, that was really our defense that carried us and our offense that was still able to be productive, even though we were in our own way. If we can just limit our mistakes to like half of that, we're going to win this game. Like I just don't see how we lose if we don't make mistakes. We're going to win.
Damn it, you're right, Chaz. Is it too late to change?
No, not at all. Let's hear it.
93-4. Yeah,
93-4.
I'm going Chaz on this one. It's going to be a big
there, baby.
I got a good feeling.
Baby. All right.
Big day for Gary. Big day for Gary. Hey, everybody, we want to thank you so much for watching Two Dads and a Chaz, liking, subscribing. If you comment on anything, on our thing, we will read it live on the air. Doesn't matter what it is. Yeah. It could be hate speech. Chad will read it.
All right. Anything. All right.
You give him to read.
Okay.
He'll read it.
Okay.
Okay. So get involved. Keep it up. Let's keep our focus up. Let's keep doing this thing.
Yep.
I don't know what to do. Eat some cat this week. You know, we're playing the Jaguars. I don't know if you can get that. But
I got a good cat meat guy.
He's got a good cat meat guy. Talk to Chaz. Like he said, send him the money. And Chad, break it down.
Breaking it down, my friends. Thank you so much for watching Two Dads and a Chaz podcast, the Green Bay Packer pod with the Dad Bod. I am Chaz, a.k.a. the Wisco Kid. I am here with Dad numero uno, Mr. Tyson Fauché. Dad numero dos, the porcelain prince himself, that is Aaron Mayhew.
Make a noise, Mayhew.
And BD Ty, Slay Kitty Per Ty Window. We're going to break it down with the hashtag. We want to thank our guests. Shane from Shawno coming in. We want to thank the beautiful, the talented, the lovely Caitlin Fauché for Cato's Kicker Corner.
My wife, y'all. That's my wife.
We also want to thank all of our feminine product advertisers. We want to thank BD Energy Drink, and we also want to thank Energine, the wine that gets you there on time. But we're going to end it with a hashtag Reclaim the North in 3, 2, 1. Hashtag Reclaim our North.
The North.
Back. Take it back.
Two dads and a Chaz putting trophies on the wall. Two dads and a Chaz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Not exactly qualified, but answers the call. Two dads and a Chaz talking Green Bay Packers football.
We gonna break it all down, probably leave out some facts. We gonna make some statements that we'll likely regret. Most of gossip and rumors made straight off the top. So crank up the air conditioner, cause it's bound to get hot.
Two dads and a Chaz, you know we live it and we live it right. Two dads and a Chaz, we gonna break down football for you tonight. Besides them rings and putting trophies on the wall.
Trophies, y'all.
Two dads and a Chaz is talking Green Bay Packers football. Yeah, we talking Green Bay Packers football.